Hi guys, welcome to another video from Little Too Simple. In the year 2014, after 22 years of working for Microsoft, Satya Nadella successfully climbed to the top of the corporate ladder and was named the CEO of Microsoft. But the company he took over was struggling, with employee exodus, a long list of failed product launches due to an obsession with Windows and MS Office, failure to beat Google at search, and having missed too many opportunities in cloud computing and mobile. Given the circumstances, most market experts and pundits had given up on Microsoft. But in just a few months after Satya became the CEO, something unexpected happened. The Microsoft stock tripled in price. And the best part? It was just the beginning of a long rally that would ultimately push Microsoft's market cap past $1 trillion in the year 2019. But how did Satya Nadella pull off this seemingly impossible feat and turn around a failing company into the tech behemoth we all know Microsoft is today? Watch this video to find out. Even though it seemed as if Microsoft was neck-deep in problems, there were two major issues. 1. Excessive reliance on revenue from flagship products, Windows and MS Office. 2. A toxic work culture that prevented innovation and collaboration. Reliance on Windows and MS Office was a much bigger problem than most people realized. Back then, both were sold for a one-time licensing fee. Since there are only so many people and companies to whom the licenses can be sold, the revenue potential was greatly limited. While they could pitch upgraded versions to existing customers, most retail users rarely opted for paid upgrades. And to make matters worse, almost every alternate version of Windows flopped after Windows XP. The only way out was to create new revenue streams, but that required innovation, and innovation was hindered by the existing work culture. Satya's first action as CEO was to modify the company's vision statement. He changed it from, "Put a computer on every desk and in every home," to, "Empower every person in every organization on the planet to achieve more." At first glance, this might not seem like a big change, but it redefined Microsoft's direction and priorities. This signaled that Microsoft would no longer primarily focus on creating operating systems. Instead, it would develop platforms and solutions that empower others to create more technology. Microsoft had missed many opportunities in cloud computing and mobile, mainly due to a know-it-all attitude. Satya made it a priority to foster a work culture driven by humility. He urged employees to adopt a learn-it-all curiosity, in contrast to Microsoft's traditional know-it-all worldview. This change opened minds, encouraged observation of advancements happening outside of Microsoft, and promoted the generation of new ideas and innovations. Before Satya's leadership, Microsoft was known for viewing all other tech companies as competitors and rarely collaborated. Satya dismantled this mindset and took bold steps to show Microsoft was now open to collaboration. As a first move, he released MS Office on Android and iOS, something unthinkable before his tenure. Then, unlike Apple and Google, who charge a 30% cut in revenues from apps hosted on their platforms, Satya announced that Microsoft would not take any revenue share. This move helped Microsoft stand out as a company that grows with others, not at their cost. Satya recognized early on that product licensing could not drive long-term, scalable revenue. He pivoted Microsoft from being a product company to a services company. First, he made the Windows OS free and promised lifetime updates, which increased installations and distribution. Then, he launched Office 365, a cloud-optimized, subscription-based version of MS Office. This shifted Microsoft to a SaaS, software as a service, model. Since SaaS companies are valued higher due to predictable, recurring income, this led to a significant increase in Microsoft's stock price and market cap. Today, Microsoft offers many SaaS services, from Azure to Xbox Cloud Gaming. Microsoft's toxic work culture was also due to a flawed performance system called stack ranking. Every 6 months, employees were ranked against one another. The lowest ranked were fired, even if all were high performers. This discouraged collaboration, as employees had ideas and information to protect their rankings. Satya scrapped this system. Instead, performance reviews became more proactive and feedback-driven. Bonuses were left to manager discretion, not algorithms. This created a collaborative workforce unafraid of sharing ideas or taking innovation risks, something Microsoft desperately needed. Satya often points out that Microsoft does not act as a gatekeeper. Instead, it enables developers to access Windows users without taking a cut. In fact, he said, "Google makes more money on Windows than all of Microsoft. Tell me another platform where that will be true? None." Satya contrasted Microsoft's role with aggregator giants like Google, Facebook, and Amazon, who dominate markets by commoditizing supply and demand. Microsoft, under Satya, championed responsible tech. It was early to recognize AI pitfalls and even called for a digital Geneva Convention to govern cyber conflicts. Through these moves, Satya positioned Microsoft as an enabler, not a competitor, especially for developers and partners. After acquiring Nokia and shutting down the mobile division, Satya called the deal a hasty investment that should never have been made. Despite the acquisition being done by his predecessor, Satya had to lay off over 18,000 Nokia employees, a painful decision he later described as the hardest of his career. This experience taught him that strategic and business alignment is critical when acquiring companies. He also learned that successful acquisitions need the original teams to remain in the driver's seat. So, Microsoft began allowing acquired companies like LinkedIn and GitHub to operate independently. This approach gave Microsoft the tag of a liberal acquirer, making it easier to expand into new markets and increase revenue potential. From day one, Satya tried to reposition Microsoft as a company that generates more wealth for others than it does for itself. Google is a perfect example. It makes more money on Windows than Microsoft does. This new image appeals to all three key stakeholders: clients, who now see Microsoft as a partner; society, via responsible tech; regulators, due to its open ecosystem. While the business model did change, it was this shift in perception, from a greedy company to a client-focused one, that truly enabled Microsoft's revival. Thanks for watching till the end. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you all again in the next one.